The year was 1944, and the world was at war. The beaches of Normandy awaited, a crucible that would test the resolve of thousands of American soldiers. Among them was Private James Carter, a 19-year-old from Kansas, whose boyish face belied the courage simmering beneath his nervous exterior. James had grown up listening to his grandfather's tales of the Great War and the sacrifices made for freedom. When the call to arms came, he enlisted without hesitation, determined to protect the values his family cherished. But now, standing on the deck of a landing craft in the icy waters of the English Channel, he felt the weight of his decision like never before. The morning air was thick with tension as the soldiers approached Omaha Beach. The rhythmic churn of the waves was drowned out by the deafening roar of artillery fire. James gripped his rifle tightly, his knuckles white, as the officer barked orders. "Stay low. Keep moving. We fight for freedom, and we fight together." The ramp dropped, and chaos erupted. Machine gun fire raked the shoreline, cutting down men before they even touched the sand. James leaped into the freezing water, his heart pounding. The weight of his gear pulled him down, but sheer will pushed him forward. The beach was a scene of carnage, bodies strewn across the sand, smoke billowing from explosions, and the cries of the wounded piercing the air. James scrambled to the cover of a makeshift barricade, his breath ragged. Beside him was Sergeant Miller, a grizzled veteran who had seen his share of battles. "Carter," Miller growled, his voice steady despite the chaos, "we need to take that bunker, or none of us are getting off this beach." Nodding, James followed Miller as they crawled toward the enemy's stronghold. Bullets whizzed past, and the sand exploded around them. Every step felt like a lifetime, but they pressed on, driven by a shared determination. Reaching the base of the bunker, Miller signaled for James to throw a grenade. Hands trembling, James pulled the pin and hurled it inside. The explosion rocked the structure, silencing the machine gun that had pinned down their comrades. The tide of the battle began to shift. Inspired by small victories, the soldiers rallied, pushing forward with renewed vigor. James found himself leading a group of men up the hill, his fear replaced by a fierce determination. Together, they cleared the remaining defenses, securing a foothold on the beach. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Omaha Beach was finally in Allied hands. The cost had been staggering, but the victory was pivotal, a turning point in the war that would lead to the liberation of Europe. Exhausted and bloodied, James sat on the sand, staring out at the sea. He thought of home, of the wheat fields of Kansas, and the family waiting for him. He had faced the worst humanity had to offer and emerged on the other side, forever changed. In the years that followed, James would recount the events of that day to his children and grandchildren, ensuring they understood the sacrifices made for the freedoms they enjoyed. The beaches of Normandy became a symbol of courage and unity, a reminder of the price of liberty. And though James carried the scars of war for the rest of his life, he found solace in the knowledge that he had played a part in shaping a better world, a world where freedom could thrive.